Alexis, let's get into our last segment. Again, reminder, we are doing things differently this off season. We just got the 2 segments, and you know what? I like it that way. Don't come at me for it.
Yeah,
Deal
short
with
and
it.
sweet. We got
Short and
weekends,
sweet, baby.
summer weekends to enjoy in Minnesota.
Yes.
We only get so many.
Yes, and I will not apologize for that. I mean, I will because I'm Minnesotan and super like I'm sorry.
But deep down, we're actually not that sorry.
Deep down, we're not. Anyway, segment 3 up for debate this week. Alexis, you asked. I think we can all agree that playoff season is the best season. T. Did I use that right? T.
Yes, you did use that right. Well done.
But what is the best part of the playoffs, in your opinion? Is it the goals, the goalies, or the drama? I like it. I like what you did there, Alexis. Why don't you kick it off?
It's tough this time of year because games are happening so fast that it's just like, well, it's hard to like actually talk about anything that's going on, you know, with some kind of relevancy. Wow, that was tough. Okay, we got there. Thank you. So I was like, well, let's just talk about the playoffs as a whole, because I do love seeing people, you know, last week with Alex Micheletti, we talked about, you know, were you more excited about the goalie matchup in the East or the superstar forwards in the West in the conference finals and stuff like that? So it got me thinking, what is my favorite part of the playoffs? And I think this will come as no surprise to anybody, but obviously the drama is my favorite part. I love the ups and downs. I love the ups and downs of the postseason. I love the rivalries, like at the end of game 5 between the Bolts and the Rangers, Steven Stamkos getting into it. Like that's the kind of stuff that I love, like the unexpected players getting feisty, standing up for their teammates, those big dramatic moments, trying to get that tying goal, or the overtimes, which unfortunately we haven't had much of in this postseason because so many games have been high scoring and at points blowouts. But the drama to me is the best part, because that's what we live for. You get the goals in the regular season,
particularly you, right?
Yeah.
Particularly you.
Did you really expect me to go out here and be like, yeah, I love really like solid goaltending? Like, no, I want feistiness. I want spiciness. I want drama. And you get that in the playoffs every single game, because every game means so much. So even though the rest of it is super fun too, that is by far the best part, because you get that from beginning to end.
I feel like you were coming at me a little bit with the, I don't support the solid goaltending, because I think I think that's where I'm at. Like I tweeted about it a couple weeks ago. Like, apparently I'm into goaltenders. Like, I don't really understand that at all. Like, I'm all about the high scoring too. Like, and I'm all about the drama, but for some reason I'm like super into like really good goaltenders and really bad. Maybe it's because I feel like I'm a goaltending expert or something, because I was so correct this season.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride this year for the goaltending thing. So it makes sense that we're at this point now.
I don't know what it is. Like, I'm just I love watching really good goaltending and really bad goaltending at the same time. Like, I'm super glad that Mike's
give me the bad goaltending.
Like,
give me the bad goaltending.
Let's go. You know,
I think the reason I'm traumatized by the goaltending is because how many times like goaltenders who are just like very like moderately good goaltenders have just stunned the Wild in the playoffs. So I'm like, I forget about the goalies. I don't care about the goalies. I don't want it in the playoffs. Give me the drama. But that makes, I mean, a really like good goalie in the playoffs or a really bad goalie makes for good entertainment either way. So I think you make a good point there.
Right. Well, and it's funny because but I also really love the high scoring. Like, I don't want a goalie to do so well where it's like a 1-0 game like that. Okay. I want like 7-8, but like some really sick saves in between there too. Maybe swap goalies. I don't know. Maybe we see all 4 goalies in one game.
We've seen a lot of that this postseason. It's funny because we were talking about that with Alex last week. I was like, you know, we were talking about the high scoring. Alex Micheletti, not Alex Stalak that you just listened to.
We did talk about goaltending with obviously Alex Stalak.
Yeah,
that's a
back-to-back Alexes. Let's see. That might be a first for Bardown Beauties. But we were talking about like how high scoring the postseason has been this year. And I was like, I'm really not a fan of it. I love low scoring playoff games because it just feels like everything matters a little bit more. So, but it is fun to see that elite, like superstar talent just shine. So it's like, it's really tough to say, like, would I rather have like a really fun 5-4 game, or would I rather have like a 2-1 overtime game? Like, I don't know. The goalies have traumatized me in the postseason, so I don't want to hear it. Good for Vasilevsky and Shesterkin. At least they're not doing it to the Wild. That's all I gotta say.
Nailing his last name. I just call him Vassy because I can't do it, and I call him Igor because I just can't do it. Why embarrass myself more than I already do on a daily basis?